Welcome back. Happy Monday. Hope everyone is doing well. I am one half of this dynamic team. My name is Larry Jefferson, and I am happy to be here. And man, seemed like this semester went by pretty fast.
I know, right? It did. It just kind of flew by, man. We started this journey back in September, and now we're in November. It's Thanksgiving week, and this is the end. This is the final episode for the season, and it's been a cool ride, man. It's a cool ride.
Yeah. Are y'all staying home for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, man. We're still moving, so trying to get some stuff situated with that. It's just been crazy busy. You know what I'm saying? So
Man, who
one
don't like moving?
nah, not at all, man. But yeah, man. So figured today, man, we since we closing this out, we do something a little different for our listeners, man. I know they've been listening to us different platforms, but not really maybe knowing much about who we are. And so I figured, maybe this last episode we let them know who is Larry Jefferson. How'd you get the RAD podcast? Like, where's your journey, man?
Um, Geez, where do I start? What LeBron say? I'm a kid from Akron. I'm just a kid from Oak Cliff.
Right, right,
That
right.
that honestly, I'll say it now as an adult, was blessed to be moved to DeSoto. And from there, like it made me who I am today. But man, podcast comes on just us wanting to make a difference, us wanting to have a voice, have a say. And I think before we hit the virtual world, we did the underground down in I still ain't never heard those recordings. I
Man,
don't know
me
if you
either.
heard. Yeah, so but I think honestly, we've had a lot of different episodes and different series, but the one we did on the misconceptions of Black men will always uh, be stuck in my memory of the impact and the enlightening moment that we shared with individuals. So, as far as the podcast, being able to do that and hear the passion behind what we shared with the passion that our panelists shared, shoot, that was everything for me.
Yeah. And diehard Laker fan, of course.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Shoot, we won last night. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I, I I've been contemplating getting me a Lakers tattoo. I'm still 50-50.
Ooh.
But if I get a Lakers, I'm gonna have to get a Texan one. And I don't know if I want to get no Texan one, but uh yeah, man. A husband, a brother, a son, an uncle, and that's me, an educator, someone that's passionate about um social justices. I'm real big on that. Uh,
Like
a
what made you what
follower.
what made you get involved and connected with that, man? Like how did you like was it a situation that happened to you where you stopped by the police multiple times? You like, yo, this is enough. Like what was
Man,
what was the cause?
honestly, I've been big on it for a long time, and my sister will tell you, like dating back to middle school, I was involved in a race fight.
Mm,
I was new to DeSoto pretty much, and I wasn't accustomed to being called the N word.
mm,
And came home, told my mom, like, hey, got these kids at school calling us the N word, and you know, how should I handle it? And like, go report it, and report it again. And then after that, she said, come to a point you just gotta, stand your ground. So
right.
I reported it twice to the principal. They kind of just like brushed it off or whatever. And shoot, I think about a week later, we had this crazy brawl in the hallway. It was insane, man. Papers everywhere. I mean, like if you, it looked like an all-out riot. It was insane. I still can see it and take a, like I say, that was eighth grade. But they called me to the office. They was telling my mom, "Oh, your son's a nuisance. He started this." And she was like, "Nah, you need to go check them records. I told my son to come report this stuff, and he's been doing it." And from that, ever since then, I just made sure that I stuck up for what was right. And then, of course, interactions with the police, with them. I mean, so many bad interactions, especially
Right.
especially when I had my black truck.
Right. It's always when you driving a black vehicle, man.
Man, and my black truck, I think at one point I had been stopped like 9 times in one
Yeah.
week. And what's crazy is I didn't get one ticket from it. Well, I take that back. I got one. And it was always these random, we random running license plates. So I was like, okay, you randomly ran it, but you still didn't have no reason to pull me over. So they tried to tie it to my tent being dark or whatever, So um, that that really, really pushed me to stand up for social injustices, and then not to mention, how many times we were getting killed in these streets. And when I say we, us as African American men
Mm,
were getting killed. And it was funny. You go back and you listen to videos by MLK, by
right.
Muhammad Ali, and Malcolm X, and and back then they were talking about police brutality and all this kind of stuff in their shoes. And then you go the NWA CDs where they talking about police
Right.
brutality, and growing up on rap, you constantly hearing about police brutality and nothing was being done about it. No efforts to stop it. And then lo and behold, you get smartphones and bam, now you recording it. And
Right.
so you can't hide it anymore. But the boldness for them to continue to still do it, knowing, hey, I'm still, they're going to catch me on camera, but I'm still going to do it. So you have to have some type of advocacy for that. Otherwise, you know, shit, it's going to continue.
Yep.
Luckily, we ain't heard about it in the last few months.
True. True. That's true.
Yeah. So, what about you, man? What made you want to do this?
Man, as I was asking you that question, I was thinking about to a time when I was in second grade, and we were living in Louisville, Kentucky. And no, first actually it was first grade. And my mom, it was MLK Day, and my school at the time didn't acknowledge MLK as a national holiday.
Mm.
And so my mom went to the principal and said, "Hey, I'm taking my son out to school because of this." And she was going off, man, on the principal, just about how MLK Day needs to be represented, blah blah blah. And then that very next year, the school actually acknowledged MLK Day, and we got off. And so I think that kind of like fueled a little bit because even though I was off, it's funny because my wife does the same thing with our kids. But like it's when I was off, my mom was still having me, read books, write papers, all on MLK. I had to give an MLK speech to her. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was crazy, man. I was like, "Ma, you tripping, right?" But I think that's kind of the thing that really jump started the conversation. Of course, growing up in Memphis where MLK was shot, you can't do nothing but learn about that, and through
Right.
history, man, you just kind of pick up on things here and there. And I would say, man, it's probably when I joined my fraternity to where I really start to speak out about some of the injustice, only because they gave me the platform to be able to do that, and then being around so many other brothers that come from many errors of life, right? And to be able to learn from them and see some of the things, contrast, common things. It just made sense, right? And so, you being the person that you are, the vibe that me and you got, man, it was just kind of one of those things. It was like, hey, man, we got an opportunity here. We need to take full advantage of it. And man, it's just been fun, bro. It's been a cool ride riding with you, as we try to educate our masses on different things that's going on around the world and just how they can support themselves. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question for you though.
Yeah, what up?
How often do you listen to other podcasts?
Um, I would say, man, probably maybe one or two out of the year. That's probably about it.
Yeah, I find myself not wanting to look at. uh, they're just uh, it's not something that I don't like to compare and do all this kind of stuff. So I was like, to make sure I don't compare, I try to not look at it. But every now and then I may check in on a sports one, and especially when Jalen Rose was doing his, and I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, this is pretty cool. Um, but I'm with you. I don't really check them out as much either.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple sports ones that I listen to from time to time. Really, if it's kind of one of those things that, um, if it's a guy in basketball that I grew up in, or maybe it's one of those episodes of hip hop artists that I knew, you know what I'm saying, that's coming on a basketball show, like, oh man, what I got this brother on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what he know
Yeah.
about basketball, and just kind of curious, just kind of hear his point of view per se, man. So that's really been mine. Or it was one that I was listening to. It was out of Memphis. It was the podcast on the Lorenzo Wright murder.
Mm.
Yeah, man. And so all the crime, like the crime, but a lot of the step by step process that the detectives were going through was really good. So I listened to that from start to beginning. It was good.
Okay, cool. And speaking of your fraternity, I saw the Alpha Ambassadors
Uh,
um, at the volunteer service that we did this past Saturday.
oh, really? Where was the volunteer service at?
Mission Arlington. So
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, I ran into Dr. Sabir
Yeah,
while I
yeah.
was there. And man, it was a great turnout, and just to see a bunch of young brothers um out to give service, and that was good, but to see their parents there with them,
Dang.
to me that said a lot, that that these students or these kids can come out and their parents come out and join them.
Right.
Because to me, that shows that they not just pushing it, but they also support it, which is huge. So I love to see that, man. It was pretty dope. Almost made me say, man, I probably should have joined, but then I know me. Nah, it probably wouldn't have worked out.
Oh man, you still can join, brother. You bring a lot to the table, man.
Nah, that I don't think we'll ever see that happen.
Okay. All right, never say never, brother. That's what they say.
I can say never on that one.
Man. Yeah, man. So, of course, raised in Memphis, husband, father, brother, you know what I mean? All of that, man. Son. I think one of the things, man, that I wish I wish my father was still living, man, to be able to just kind of see and listen in to some of these podcasts, because I know he would have an opinion.
Uh,
You know what I mean? If he was still here, man, he have an opinion. I just would be curious to hear what he would have to say. So yeah, man. But it's definitely been cool. So I was thinking, man, what we could do is I got some stats. We got a couple people listening in. Let's see if they willing to unmic themselves and answer some of these random questions. And I guess we can send them a T-shirt. What you think about that?
Shoot, I can just give mine to them. Well, not mine, but I can give them one. I ain't sending.
Well,
Yeah, we ain't got to mail it.
yeah. All right. Well, first question is to our audience listeners is the RAD podcast is currently in 4 continents. It is people listening in from 4 continents. Can you name at least 2?
Not North America.
Yeah, not North America.
Not
That's a
North
given.
America.
Okay, and that was gonna be one of mine. So I would say, well, hi. Let me say that first. I would say South America and maybe, well, I'm gonna say Africa.
Okay. Nope.
Okay, I'll take that L.
What's funny is those are the actual 2 continents that we don't have any downloads in.
Well, the translation will probably be, I mean, especially in Africa, and then there are multiple languages too. So
Yep. Yep. So our download cities is or countries are, I mean, continents: North America, Europe, Asia, and then Australia. But
I,
nowhere in Africa, nowhere in South America, man. Question for
I
you: Can you guess? Can you guess which city in North America? Not which state? Which state in North America do you think we have the highest number of downloads?
When you say downloads, are you referring to like all platforms, like all listening
Y-
platforms?
Yep. So it includes. Oh, these are all audio platforms. So like iHeartRadio, iTunes, stuff like that.
You said what state?
Yep, it's on the East Coast. I give you that.
On the east.
Yep.
I would probably have to say, I don't know. I mean, maybe Pennsylvania? I don't know. Or Massachusetts. I would say Massachusetts.
Yeah, I give you that one. It's Virginia.
that's.
What? Nah, I got it wrong. Don't give it to me. I got it
But
I
it's
wonder why
crazy
in
though.
Virginia.
I have
wrong.
no idea, man, but I'm looking at the stats right now. So 26% of our downloads on episodes, man, 28 episodes were downloaded from some people out in Virginia.
You know
And
somebody
then
in
of course,
Virginia?
no, I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I do, but
Right, right. But
oh,
that's
yeah, I
I
don't know.
honestly in my head I was like, wonder if it's West Virginia.
Yep. It's actually Ashburn, Virginia.
I don't know. It's sold there.
Bro, I haven't even heard of Ashburn, Virginia, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I couldn't even tell you where that is. I couldn't even tell you where it is. All right, let me see. I got some more stats. So overall, we have 147 podcast downloads. 147. All right, my question to the audience is if you had to pick the audio platform, and that's like Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, which app out of those apps do you think has the highest number of downloads where people are actually tuning in? Is it Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio? What you think?
Just out of those three,
Yep, out of those three.
I would say Spotify.
Yep, yep. 17% of our downloads come from Spotify.
I love Spotify.
Yep. 17. And then mostly our downloads are coming from Apple products, whether it's an Apple computer or Apple iPhone. But we even got somebody's downloading our podcast from a smart TV, man.
Oh wow.
Ain't that crazy?
Well, if they pull it up and they go to the internet on their TV,
And you want to know what our most downloaded episode was of all time?
which season was it? I'm sure I can guess it.
Is actually season 1.
And that was our misconceptions, right?
I believe so. No, that wasn't our misconceptions.
It wasn't?
Uh-uh. This was the one where we talked about community, we talked about biracial women, voter suppression, redlining.
I'm gonna say voter suppression.
Close, actually community relations building, man.
Really?
Yeah, crazy, huh? And then our second overall is our season 3 episode 11 where we do the wrap up. This was kind of like the one where it's season greetings.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They must have liked the flyer.
And that's why I was like, "Hey, yo, man, send me that flyer."
Yeah, they must have liked the flyer shoes. I like the flyer. I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yep. And then on YouTube, in terms of our um most downloaded episode is actually our RAD podcast season 2 episode 1. We brought in Dr. Anthony Walker and Dr. Conway.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yep, that's our most viewed. And then of course our second one actually, man, is the one we just recently did. No, I'll take that back. The second one we did was the one with brother Ricky Clark.
Yeah, people like Ricky though.
Man.
So that was we was talking about historical.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, Ricky Clark, man, he brought that thunder.
Absolutely.
So, but man, what you thinking about doing, man, in terms of next phase for the RAD podcast, man? What you thinking?
I'm thinking it needs to be something that that is definitely trending, but also bring awareness to. Um, but I think we're going to have to change the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think if we do something that is out of the ordinary, out of the box, things that people don't talk about that's taboo, which is mostly almost not anything with social media, but I feel like we have to do something that is really relevant that will catch our audience attention and uh, and give them something to talk about so we get those download numbers up.
Right. Yep. It's crazy, man. I was looking back over how many episodes we've actually done. Just under the RAD podcast, we've done, this is episode 43.
Hmm.
Yep, this is episode 43, man. And that's just under the RAD podcast name.
So
But
we talking about another what 10 to 15 more that's not in that.
Yep, yep. We're talking about adding in about 24, 25 more.
Man, I never even thought I'd be doing this.
Right?
So that's kudos to you for sticking around this long to do it.
I know, right? I'm like, man, I can't believe we've continued on this long, man. So it's been a hell of a journey.
Nah, without a doubt.
We brought some fire hitters on, man. Last episode we did, we was crazy, man. People were hitting me up asking for encore. They're like, "Yo, can we get a part 2?"
You know it's always good when you start getting the text messages afterwards and people ask you, hey, y'all gonna talk more about that?
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah.
But I mean, that's a good feeling too, though.
Yeah, definitely is, man. So, all right, man, I got your quote for you.
Shoot away.
All right. This quote comes from the famous Ralph Emerson, and he says, "Cultivate the habit of being grateful for every good thing that comes to you, and to give thanks continuously. And because all things have contributed to your advancement, you should include all things in your gratitude."
That's dope.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm excited about Thanksgiving this year. It's gonna be the first time that my mom, mostly my mom's side of the family, uh, we all are gonna come together and have Thanksgiving together. So about 50 something people.
Dang.
And yeah, man. But
Where y'all doing it at?
at the Team Jefferson Jr. house. Yeah, so my wife and I we moved some furniture around and put out tables. We've already started to do it, but I remember the conversation I had with one of my cousins, and she was like, "We need to do an all family Thanksgiving and stuff." And I was like, you know, who house big enough to do that? And she was quick to remind me. She said, "We all used to gather at our grandparents' house,
Mm,
and it was just as many of us, and there
wow.
was no complaints about space." And she said that I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. So we're gonna all get together, and none of the elders have to cook. It's all the cousins that are cooking. So I'm truly thankful for this opportunity.
Man. So what you cooking?
Uh, I had my partner make it. No, 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 no. But I'm a I got my grill, but I think I'm gonna pull out my smoker and I'm gonna
Yeah.
smoke a duck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so is I made one before and it was pretty good. And I was like, man, I can only imagine what it'd be like if I put this in the smoker. So I'm gonna pull the smoker out the shed
Okay.
and shoot, light that mud up, man. But we are gonna have a lot of food here, so um, it'll be a good time.
Man, if you have any left over, man, holla at your boy.
Oh shoes, hey man, y'all, you're definitely welcome.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Holla at your boy, man. I'll be moving, man. So I ain't gonna be
So
doing
they
too.
finally they finished our house.
Yeah, man. The house is done. So
Super kudos, super kudos.
yeah, man. So we finally got all the big stuff is in the house. It's now
Okay.
just trying to go and get all the smaller stuff, you know what I'm saying, out or whatever, man. So
Man, you know what's funny? Our first house that we bought, we moved in 2 days before Thanksgiving, or maybe it was the day before Thanksgiving.
yeah.
And but I'll never forget it because I remember my cousin trying to help me get the refrigerator in the house. I was like, man, we at least gotta have a refrigerator here, But it was 2 days before Thanksgiving. And the good thing about that was Black Friday was they had everything.
Right.
So
Yep.
Gay and I, we went out and man, we bought up so much stuff for Black Friday. It was a fun time.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you can buy everything now. Before they done killed my whole Black Friday thrill.
I know, man. Tell me about it.
Yeah, but congratulations, man. And when you and the missus decide to have a housewarming or whatever, let us know. Shit, we'll
Oh yeah.
definitely pull up.
It's coming, man. It's coming, man. Just give us a little bit. Wifey be like,
Uh,
man, she got it. She's like, I gotta get it the way I really want it to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, that's cool. I ain't tripping.
nah. And take your time, man. A lot of
Yeah,
people gonna probably be like, hey, where y'all at? Why y'all ain't did this? Why ain't do
right.
y'all?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Do
she gonna do
y'all.
her. That's one thing she will do.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that either.
Yeah, man.
But nevertheless, thank y'all for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving. Have an amazing weekend and celebrate with your loved ones if you can.
Yep. Last thing I'll say is make sure you check us out, all the audio platforms where you follow and get your actual podcasts. Check us out on YouTube. Shoot us an email, radpodcast22@gmail.com if you got any comments, concerns, or even just some suggestions on some episodes that you would like to actually help us bring to the forefront. So reach out to us, connect with us. Follow us on YouTube, comment on our videos on YouTube. Make sure
And
you're
on
sharing it.
Facebook and Instagram.
Facts. Instagram, Facebook. Make sure you hit us up on all platforms. Without further ado.
I'll let y'all later. Have a good one.